Welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to be continuing our epic series in painting one miniature. That one miniature being Brother Azael, the Heavy Flamer Marine from Space Hulk. I just want to remind you of what he looks like, because you've not seen him for a while. I have actually gone over the black base again. I'm going to be dry brushing that with a little bit of the iron breaker just around the edges as well. Probably to get that done before the next video, but that's all really that's going to be any difference. So in this one we're going to be carrying on with our highlighting, picking out all the details and whatever. Very soon we're coming to an end of it. I don't think we've got much more to do on it. Well, I say it's just taking time because I'm trying to spend the time doing the videos. And thanks for the comments that I've had from people who say that I've inspired them to get back into painting again, and you know, it's great to hear things like that. And we've got your man here, me old mucker. No show without punch. Yeah, so it really is nice to hear the comments like that, and it makes me feel as though these videos are worthwhile when I hear that people are looking at my videos and watching my videos rather, and then going out and having to try again at painting, either getting back into painting or just trying from scratch. You know, never done it before and want to start. So as I say, it's really good, really ego boosting, shall we say, to hear or to get messages like that. So thanks for that. As I said in the last video, we have a couple of people who have expressed a wanting for all of these Space Marines to be done. I'll probably do them in batches, so I'm not going to be concentrating on one Marine, and just try and get them done as quick as I can with high speed video. So that's what I'm planning on anyway. It may work, it may not, we don't know. But bear in mind there's 12 Marines, not counting the dead one sat in the throne, and there's this little fella as well I need to do. So I think we're part way through the actual painting of the librarian. Here he is so far. I'll just put a lamp on so hopefully you'll be able to see him a little better. So this is what we've got so far with the librarian. Still quite a bit of work to do for that, just in case you're wondering. There's his other arm. So that's going to be the next series. The librarian, that's taken quite a while to do. But as I say, for this series it's just a case of highlighting, picking out detail, highlighting, picking out detail. So here we go. Enjoy the video. And that's about it for this. Just gently running over the edges just to take that blackness off it. We're not actually painting this, and there's very little paint on the brush. As you can see, as I said, we're just taking the blackness off. We're just making it look as though it is metal. Can you see that? Okay, so that's the iron breaker done. And now what we're going to be doing is, so with the new paint I got today, which is this one, Brother Azael Gold. It's a base colour, so I don't think we'll need to water it down all that much, for the simple reason being I want it fairly prominent to be able to take or to take off the red. And we'll be going around the what do you call it, the eagle wings on his shoulder. And place it on the palette, so I've got a little bit to go around this blood drop jewel. There we go. There we are. Now, what we need to try and do, as I say, is trying to get rid of all the red that's covering this part, and it's not quite hidden it all. Any that I do go over with this on the jewel, I can always go over with the actual colour that I'll be using for the jewel. That's not a problem. The next part is the eagle's head here. Again, we're trying to cover up all the red that's been on it. And that's the main reason I bought this particular colour, is because it was a base colour and it would hide. It will give a good base for gold, a shinier gold. Hopefully, well, I was hoping it will be better than tin bits, and so far I'm not disappointed. So I've only just used it this past couple of seconds while I did those two pieces, but as I said, they seem to be, it seems to be quite thick enough, just like tin bits was. So that skull on that scroll holder is going to be gold. The wings here, obviously going to be gold. Oh yeah. Anything else I can see that could quite probably be gold? Yes. I see more wings up here. And this side, there we are. I don't know what those are, but I'll do them gold as well. And now it's just a case of making sure all of the areas of those wings are covered in the gold. there is a slight lip there around the jewel, so we'll do that as well. Trying to keep it away from the white area. Is there anything else I can see that could be gold? Not as yet. Oh yes. Oh dear. There were these two crosses that need doing. And I will paint the chains for these as well. And they will be highlighted a little later, but I think that for now is that for the gold areas of the Terminator. So let us place that to one side and come to the end of this section of the video as we make a start on our Agrax Earthshade wash. Okay, so I'll give it a shake. This is the new Agrax Earthshade. As you can see, it's the whitish lid rather than black. I prefer the black, but beggars can't be choosers. So finally, just this part here, and then we'll just give the crux terminators here another wash over because they're a little bit darker in other areas. But that is that for the time being. So I can't do anything more with this until it's dried. So I'm going to leave it there and come back to it a little later. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I will see you in a bit when this is all dry. Okay, we're back, and the Agrax Earthshade has dried. So what we're going to be doing now is a little bit of, surprisingly enough, highlighting. Okay, so what I want to do is we want to get our little brushy type thing, and we're going to be getting some of the Screaming Skull, which is that stuff there, and we want some of that on our palette. We also now want to have a little bit of the white scar, and we mix that on our palette in with the Screaming Skull out of quite a lighter shade, and then we want some water in there as well. And what we're going to be doing is quite simply some edge highlighting, and we're just going to be going around the edges of the areas that we did in the Agrax Earthshade, in the Screaming Skull. So I've gone round there. We now need to go round here, and what we can do is we can actually, it's looking pretty awful. That's better. We're not so much doing edge highlighting, it's not on the thingies anyway, the purity seals. For these we're just doing just brightening up the different parts or the different folds. Okay, now here we're going to be doing each of the little individual. What's up with you? You've not noticed it's been out, Sunshine. He's having a winch. I better take him out again in a minute. And then we'll do the very edge there, and the very edge there, and the same again with this one. Like so. And finally here. Actually, the one I take a very deep breath before I do, because I am not very good at doing these kind of areas. I have a tendency, when I've done them in the past, to apply way too much paint and spoil the look completely. But what I'm going to try and do is just go around, as I said, the very edge. Rather than try and paint areas. Oops. And that has obviously gone a little bit awry, but what we can do is just do some little lines on the areas in the cross there, and just a quick tickle on the bottom of it. Let's clean my brush out and try again, because I think the paint has dried on the brush a bit too much there. Okay, so that's most of the areas done. There are some areas that I'm not going to be attempting to do, for the simple reason being they're all in shadow, like this skull here. I may just add a little bit just on that side, a little bit of a purity seal there. Cover that like that. These parts here are white. Same with the rope that's going across. I think that is about all for this area. Now we'll go over to the gun, and again it's there. It's the skull and crossbones, do the top of the skull, and finally it's just this little bit of a purity seal, and that is all for this area. Okay, next I'll just clean my brush. We will go for another new paint I've got, and this one is Auric Armour Gold. Yeah, this is another one I've not tried before, so I don't know what it's like for coverage, but let's bang some on the palette and see how it goes. Well, that doesn't seem too bad. Done that, and now the wings down here. And finally the skull on there, and I think that may be it. No, we have these crosses. I always forget these crosses for some strange reason. And there we have now. Remember, we haven't finished with the main body of the Marine yet. We're doing all the details first. We need to come back and do a few more touches here and there to the main body of the Marine, so as I don't think I've forgotten about that. But let's get on with highlighting the areas that we need to. There we go. And now the eagle's head that's on the gun. I'm assuming it's on the gun. There we are. And that is that done. Next, we need to just turt up the shoulder pad with the black, because I've got a bit of gold on that. So I've got a little bit of the Abaddon black on our palette, only a small amount, we don't need much, because we're going to be having a bit of water in it. We don't want to wash, we want to paint after all, and it's just so turn up all around where I've put the gold. and there we have it. For the time being, of course. There we go, all the black done, and we still have, as I say, all the bits and pieces to do. Of the gems we have the main body of the marine to highlight, purity seals to do. I want to do a little something on the front of here. Oops, and then we're finished. As I said, we've got a few things to do before we can finish, but overall it won't take long. I think that's everything. Done that should be up to now. Let's have a try at highlighting some of the main body of the marine, and for this we're going to be using, when I can find it, there we are, we're going to be using, give it a good shake before I tell you, we're going to be using Troll Slayer Orange. I'll just turn my palette round. It's quite a watery paint this already, so I don't need to water it down, but we're going to be going over this just on the edges. There we go, like so. Now, where we go on these edges, I made a slight mistake by trying to like dry brush up it, and it's not working. So if you have a steadier hand than I have, you can try doing that, but unfortunately I'm going to keep making downward strokes and hope that some of this orange will come off onto the model from the brush. Like so. I seem to be working in my own light for some strange reason. Just noticed a great big blob of paint I got on the edge of the brush. I hadn't realised I had so much. Just whip it with my finger and then apply some more a bit further down, a bit further up, and then again we'll carry on towards the edge of the Now what I want to try and do is, if I can find a position in which I feel comfortable in trying to do freehand. Oops. Yeah. Such, I think I'm going to say I'm going to leave it here for the time being until this all dries properly, because the one thing we don't want to be doing is going too far with this and spoiling it, doing it too quickly. Okay, so there's our Terminator. We have little touches to do now, but before we do those little touches, I think what we can do, I've just seen somewhere that needs to be done in black. Oh dear. I'm keeping an eye on my camera so that we don't run out of battery before we finish. This bit needs to be black. I'll just tilt up the edge which I've missed, like so. And here as well, and that will be about it for this part. We're going to have to come back when it's all dried, but I'm not sure as to whether or not I can glue this on yet. Let me just check. I can't see as though there's any problem with me gluing it on, but I will wait until the next video. No, until a little bit later. I'm saying the next video. It may well be the next video, you never know, but I'll wait until we come back again and we can finish off on the on the really fine detailed stuff. Okay, see you later.